going on, guys? Chris the Marvel Buff Nerd here. Thanks for clicking on the video, taking some time out of your day to spend some time with me and listen to my Marvel Buff nerdy thoughts. Hit the little subscribe button, little notification bell here on YouTube if you like my setup, if you like the way I do things, and you like my content. Really appreciate it. Drop a like on the video, helps the algorithm, or dislike. This is going to be a movie review for Palm Springs, a Hulu movie you can catch right now. It actually came out last year, 2020. I want to say mid 2020. It's been on my list, actually on my notes in my phone for like 6 months to watch it, and I finally got around to watching it. I subscribed to Hulu a couple of weeks ago when Boss Level came out, which you can find a review for that on my channel here. And so I finally had a chance to catch this. I knew that it was on a lot of people's top 10, top 5 movies of last year. I knew everybody said it was a delight, so I keyed it up last night and I was like, gonna give it a shot, want to laugh. This starts out it's an R-rated comedy, and it goes pretty raunchy sometimes. The first scene opens up right off the bat, and it gets pretty raunchy right off the bat. If it's not your taste, just get past it, because right after that, the movie's way smoother sailing as far as the comedy and whatnot. It still gets raunchy, it's just not quite as on the nose as that first opening scene. So get past that. I promise the movie does get, not quite as abrasive, but it throws us right into this Groundhog Day time loop scenario with Andy Samberg playing Niles. And we open up, he's been in this for a while, so we don't really know how he got here or what happened, and we don't really get that it answered throughout the movie too much. It leaves it pretty ambiguous, but he's at this nice resort, Palm Springs, and he's living out this day, November 9th, over and over again. And it's a wedding day, and it's his girlfriend's family, basically. And his girlfriend's named Misty. We're going to meet her many times over. We meet, of course, Niles, played by Andy Samberg. We have J.K. Simmons in here as Roy, who every time he's on the screen, he's a delight no matter what he's doing, whether he's hunting Andy Samberg with a fucking bow and arrow, or whether he's showing Andy Samberg his family life and whatnot, which was actually a really touching scene. Just J.K. Simmons is always a win. And then the scene where they meet and where we learn their backstory of how J.K. Simmons got stuck in this time loop with Niles. It is a hilarious, delightful scene between the two of these guys. The chemistry is great. They have this drug bender of a night where they end up in like a bathtub together, like forehead to forehead, talking to each other, like, "Man, yeah, bro, you're the shit," and it's hilarious. It's a great scene. It's a good time. So J.K. Simmons is always a win. But the female lead we have in here, opposite Andy Samberg, Cristin Milioti, I think. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She was a standout, and I know she's done other projects, but I don't recognize her from anything, that just I can think from the top of my head. But she is amazing in this. Like, the emotional gravity and weight she brings to this of a girl that's drowning her sorrows in alcohol every day, and her family's always checking on her, riding her ass. She drinks too much, she's the black sheep of the family, she's not getting her life together. We've seen this story done time and time again, and you think that this is going to go in a very cliche way where the days just keep playing out and whatnot for all these characters, but it really just keeps kind of throwing these small twists in here where at first her character Cristin Milioti, she's not in the time loop, but Andy Samberg and her, they fall for each other on this drunken night, and then she follows him into the time loop and gets stuck in here with him. And so the hijinks that ensues, and where, at first we get the "what the fuck did you do to me" part of the relationship, where she's just mad, wanting to kill him, like, why am I stuck in here? Because she was dreading this day to begin with, being at her sister's wedding. And there's a lot of reasons why, not just that she's the black sheep of the family and the alcoholism and not wanting to deal with the wedding because she's been married before and now she's divorced. There's another reason why she also doesn't want to be here that we will find out halfway through the movie or so, and it's hinted at a little bit throughout the mornings where Cristin Milioti's character wakes up because there's a shower in the background, and the first couple times that she wakes up, you don't really catch much, or it's in the background but you don't notice it. I think because you're too worried about her, the chaos that she's ensuing, but a few times into her waking up, all of a sudden you hear the shower handle turn off, and my mind starts going, "What? This whole time she's been waking up, and there's been somebody in that shower. Who is it?" And you can kind of see, you know where this is going. I hate to just come out and say it because if you haven't seen this movie, I want to save some things. I don't want to spoil everything for you, all the twists and whatnot. So, based on the plot and whatnot, and how much she hates this day, you might be able to see where this is going. It does hit some tropey cliche notes as far as the Groundhog Day and the troubled, don't want to be here for somebody else's wedding kind of character. We've seen that story before, but like I said, the emotion and the gravity that are brought to these roles by Andy Samberg and by Cristin Milioti, and then the emotion we get from J.K. Simmons, like I said, it flows so well together. The comedy is great, the jokes are great, the death scenes are great. We get a lot of funny death scenes in here because the days just reloop over every time you die or fall asleep. So they get that and they use it to great comedic effect. This movie is only an hour and a half long with credits, so it flies by very quickly. It kept a smile on my face almost the whole way through. You get a ton of belly laughs and good chuckle moments, but it also hits you with a lot more emotion and heart than you go into a movie like this anticipating. I had a lot more, heartstrings tugged on throughout this than I anticipated. And so I really appreciate that. I appreciate when a movie can give me what I knew it was going to give me and then even more that got me even more invested. So this movie did everything it needed to. It took the Groundhog Day concept and put a great spin on it with these characters. I can't recommend it highly enough. Catch it on Hulu. It's even worth getting the free trial on Hulu for 30 days and catching this boss level, or just keeping it around for $6 a month because there's some nice shows and movies on there. So yeah, guys, if you liked this movie, if you've seen it, or if you're just now catching it now because I'm recommending it, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought. Was it as nice of a pleasant little surprise for you as it was for me? I really want to watch it again this week, but this week is a huge nerdy content week because this is Snyder Cut week and Falcon and Winter Soldier. You'll be able to find some reviews and thoughts for that stuff, the following week on my channel here. So yeah, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Patreon, all at Marvel Buff Nerd. Like to keep it simple. Let me know what you thought of this, and have a good one, guys.